So I want to show you a seated version of eagle posture, and this might not be the ideal chair for this, but just to let you know that you can start working on yoga in any sort of situation where you are. So I'm going to have myself sitting at the very edge of the chair just because I find it more accessible and to move my legs around that way. And I have a couple of blocks ready at my feet. So you could use one or two or no blocks. And if you don't have blocks, you could just use books. So mind you, I've already taken the time to do a lot of shoulder warm-ups and some hip warm-ups as well. So we'll start by placing a leg up high on the block. So this way one foot is up and Gus is here to join me and supervise. And this is for the option if you can't actually cross your legs at all or bring that hip over, because some people have had hip replacement and they can't do that. They've been advised by their doctors not to. So then you could keep the foot that's higher on the inside of what would normally be the standing leg. Otherwise, you can take it to the outside and get, some experimentation going with what works for you and your height. Some of these blocks are only 3 or 4 inches, so you have to work around and see what works for you. So if you've got the leg crossing ready and you're ready to go, then we can work on the arms. So typically when I'm doing warm-ups, I do the arms first. So for this, we're going to come out like we're stopping traffic. Since my right knee is up, I'm going to take the right arm as my guide, leading the right underneath the left. You can simply come into this self-hug sort of posture. It's very comforting, and I find that it's nice and easy if you want to drop your head down and just have a little introspective moment. If you feel like you have more mobility in all of these arm joints, you can work on that twisted version. That's sort of like a caduceus, the two snakes wrapping around each other. So this is one seated variation of eagle posture. From here, if you felt like it, you could do some more shoulder movements, lifting the elbows and the chin up and down. And since I have my right arm in front, I might shift my arms a little bit over to the right. And you could also take your head and look over the left shoulder. I hope that makes sense. You can unwind, and then when you're ready, you can help that leg down. So, Gus, does that make sense to you? Okay. So I'm here to show you a way that I did a supported Garudasana, or eagle posture. I'm using 2 blocks. You could use 2, 1, or none if you like. And I'm using the back of a chair as a railing to hold on to. So this is an adaptation that I like to use when people might have balance issues or they're working on balance. So I'm going to start with my right leg as my standing leg. So my blocks are on the outside of my right leg. Bending through the left, I'm going to place my toes up on the blocks for the left foot. And once I feel like I've got my balance, then I can work on letting go. Either one hand or both hands. So if you're just going to do one hand, you could always just do something else with that, like you would in tree posture. But for eagle, we're going to press our hands out like a stop sign. Now with my left knee being the knee that's on top, I'm going to take my left arm, take my left under the right, either do the hug or the twisted. So sorry, you're getting all the background noise. So from here, if you wanted to keep going, you could start to play around with lifting those toes up off of the support that you have, blocks, or if you're using books or just the floor. And then if you wanted to feel secure enough and keep going, then you can start to bend through that standing leg and maybe bring a little forward fold into it. Stand back up, place the toes back down. Take your arms to hold onto your chair back or your railing, and then get the other foot flat. Then you want to walk it out before switching sides.